Now we go to the most important part of this Bhagavad Gita, the Guhya Gyan, the secret knowledge. I don't know how many of you really got it yesterday, but
I thought this was the first one. The one that was telling those who have.
Oh, this is not Guhya, everybody knows this by now. Yeah? The Guhya, the secret part is now. Number 4. Maya tatam idam sarvam.
Maya tatam idam sarvam.
Jagat avyaktamurtina.
Jagat avyaktamurtina.
Matasthani sarvabhutani.
Matasthani sarvabhutani.
Nachaham teshvavastitaha.
Nachaham teshvavastitaha.
Maya tatam idam sarvam. Everything is pervaded by me. Jagat avyakta murtina. By what? By my avyakta. Avyakta means which cannot be seen, unmanifested. Vyakt hona means जो दिखता है, that is manifest. Avyakta, that which cannot be seen. Can you see space? But we are all in space, no? Is there anything outside space? Can there be anything outside space? Tell me. Can the planets be outside space? Milky Way, black hole, is that outside space? Is there anything outside space? Now just imagine, this space is inside Brahman consciousness. Are you getting it? We are all inside Brahman consciousness. When you can't even think of that which is outside space, how can there be any possibility of anything being outside of Brahman consciousness? Is there? Yeah? So everything is pervaded by me. Means I am like that ocean in which everything is. Yes, and I am in every little thing. Whether it is a little grain of sand or it is the planet Earth or Saturn or Jupiter or the sun. I am in everything and everything is inside me. Got it? Space is inside this body and outside this body. Yeah, got it? Like that. Brahman consciousness is outside everything and inside everything. All pervading. And it is unmanifest. You cannot see the form. It's formless. That's the first line of the sutra. So tell me the summary of the first line.
I am everything, everything is me.
I am in everything, everything is in me. That's the summary of the first line. Very, very clear. No doubt about it. Yeah, very easy to understand. Yeah. Now comes the contradiction. Matasthani sarva bhutani. All beings are based in me. Na chaham teshva vastitaha. But I am not based in them. Just in the line above, he says, I am in everything and everything is in me. In the next line, he says, the beings are based in me, but I am not in them. Arre, contradiction. How? You just contradicted it. Tell me. You just said you understood it perfectly, didn't you? बोला था ना अभी just 5 minutes पहले you nodded.
You said, ये पूरा opposite है. थर कांपने लग गए.
this is like opposite attracts each other. Kya?
If it is the witnessing energy, then it cannot be within the body.
Excellent. Give her a big hand. She's the only one who's present in class. Did you notice since yesterday you are doing this witnessing? You did yesterday witnessing during pranayam. Yeah, there I told you, observe your breath. You are not the body. You remember these words? When you are doing Bastrika, I told you, you are not the body. You remember? Yes. So you're just witnessing since yesterday. Now that aspect of you which was witnessing, is it there in the Prakriti? In this body, in the breath, in the mind? Got it? Yeah. Though this being, this body, breath and the mind is in the Brahman consciousness, there is an aspect of the Brahman consciousness which is untouched by this Prakriti. Got it?
But if it is witnessing through the Prakriti,
If you didn't have Prakriti, you think you wouldn't witness? Yeah. Close your eyes. You think you're witnessing through your eyes. Close your eyes. Close. Squeeze your eyes. Squeeze. Open your eyes. I'm your sense object. Your eyes are the sense. Yes? The observer is looking through the senses at the sense object. Yes? Now close your eyes. Is the observer still there? Yes? Can the observer see the slight darkness within? Yes? So do you need eyes to observe? No? Yes? Now take a step back. Keep your eyes closed. And just observe the observer. Be established in that observer. In that silence. In that witnessing consciousness. Take a breath in and let the breath go out. And observe that the breath is going in and out. I am just observing. I am just the witness. I am not breathing. I am not the body only. Then how can I breathe? I am the witness to the chest rising and falling with the breath. I am not the mind. Take one step into that silence and just dissolve in that silence. That silent center is the Purusha, is the soul. It does not do anything. I am that silence. I do nothing. That silent Purusha is untouched by the body, by the mind, by the breath, by the intellect, by the memory, or by the ego. It is attached to all of this and still it is separate. Deep breath in and out. And when you feel complete, very slowly come back into Prakriti and you open your eyes. Did you understand it?
Is that the hollow and empty?
Absolutely. Bullseye. Being in that silence, that is who I am. And not this chit chat that goes on. Yes, I am that silence within. Was that silence touched by this body?
No.
Was that silence touched by the breath? Was it touched by your mind chit chat, how much your mind did? Did you experience that? Yeah. Everything is running because of that. Do you understand this? The day that Purusha leaves this Prakriti, what will happen? This Prakriti is going to die. So this Prakriti, this piece of Prakriti lives because of that silent witnessing consciousness inside. That Purusha, that soul, that I within. Got it? It is based in me. Purusha is talking. All this Prakriti is based in me. But I am not based in it. Understood?
Yes.
Very clear?
Awesome.
The next sutra is the continuation of this sutra. One more contradiction. न च मतस्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थो ममात्मा भूतभावनः न च मतस्थानि भूतानि. These beings are also not based in me. What was the previous sutra? All are in me. Huh? I am in everything. That was the first line. Second line was
All beings are
all beings are based in me. I am not based in them.
Based in them.
Chalo, we understood till there also. Now he's saying they are not based in me. What do you want to say? Say one thing. Yeah. Then he says, look at my Aishwaram. Yogam Aishwaram. Look at my greatness. Look at my splendor. Now he explains it also, so not to get too confused. Bhuta Vrinda cha bhutasto. I am only the sustainer or maintainer of everything. Bhutasto, I am only the creator of everything. Yeah? And Mamatma Bhuta Bhavanam. I am only the destroyer of everything. Yes? This power of creation, sustenance and destruction, this power does the Prakriti have? So, this Prakriti might be based in me in one little corner, but it does not have all that basis of the superpower. Are you getting it? Yes? So, though this Prakriti is based in that same ocean of Brahman, there is one little or the huge part of Brahman, this ocean, that this Prakriti cannot touch, cannot reach. And that is that superpower of creation, sustenance and destruction. Yeah. Is it clear? As a Prakriti, I cannot create, I cannot destroy, I cannot. One little Prakriti I can create, I can make a little paper plane and break it also. But that's not anything great. I don't have the power of creation of this. I cannot create beings. Yeah? Scientists are trying to do that also, make clones, create a new you. But we cannot really reach that power of the Supreme, of the Divine. Got it? The Sutra? Yeah. They are not based in me. The beings are not based in me. Look at my splendor. Look at my Yogam Aishwaram. They are not based in my creative power, my sustaining power, and my destruction power. That power is something which is just mine. So in that aspect of me, they are not there. For example, I draw a big circle, and inside that I make a small little circle. That small little circle is Prakriti. Now this big circle inside, it has so much more power. That empty space, Prakriti cannot touch that. Got it? And we have it, no? From where it will come. Yeah? So understand, this is very, very Guhya knowledge. It was kept secret. Tell me, could anybody understand this so easily? If you would have read it 100 times, would you have understood? Yeah. So many times. Yeah? Some of us know these shlokas by heart. Yeah. You go and but we don't know the meaning. What's the point? Yeah. So recognize this. This patrita comes only after reaching a certain stage in knowledge. So, in summary, I am pervading in everything. Yeah? Everything is like balloons. All of you are balloons. Red, blue, green, yellow. Yeah? Different shapes and sizes also. Yeah? Like that, not just humans, even creatures, animals, beings. Yeah? They are all balloons. He's all pervading within each balloon. That is why that balloon even has the capacity to walk, to talk, to say something, to do anything. Without that energy, you would not live. Yeah? So, he's all pervading. He's inside you, he's outside you. Yes? And at the same time, he says, I am not in the beings. In which aspect of the beings is he not there?
Creation, sustenance,
Ah,
Sustain,
or
creation, destroy.
I get created. No, this Prakriti, this body was born. Was the Purusha born? It was always there. It's timeless. Remember we did an hour ago, timeless. Yeah? This body undergoes transformation. You were a baby, you grew up, you became a teenager, you went to adulthood, you become old and then the body will die. So there's transformation that happens to you. Does the Purusha undergo transformation?
something that doesn't change.
He's changeless. Yes? So, in that aspect of us, he's not there. Got it? He is changeless. I keep changing. So, in that aspect of me, he is not. Still, I am not outside of him. There is no outside of him. You're getting it, na? This is the Yoga Maishwara. And the splendid knowledge. And neither are we based in that aspect of the divinity which is the power of creation, the power of sustenance and the power of destruction. Absolutely clear the contradiction in these two sutras. I'll wake you up in the night tonight and ask you, you'll be able to tell me? Good. Easy. Yeah. He is present in all beings. Yes. It doesn't matter whether it is a mountain, a tree, a bird, whether it's the sun, yeah, the ocean, the fish, whatever. He is in everything. He is all pervading. Because of him, everything is there. Yes? It's all pervading. There is no outside of it. Yet, at the same time, we are like little fish in the ocean. Yeah? The water is inside me also. I am a little fish. The water is inside me. Still, can I say that the ocean is inside me? There is one aspect of that creation, that superpower that is untouched by me. Yes. This brings us to that big contradictory question. Oh, if everything is inside God, that means bad is also inside God. That means a terrorist also has God in him. And he is also in God. Yes, it is true. Good, bad, happy, sad, right, wrong, all your opposites, everything is within God. Because there is no outside. The outside does not exist. What did you know? Draw a circle. The bigger circle is the Brahman consciousness. And the smaller circle inside, that's the Prakriti. So there is still something outside of that inner smaller circle, no? Which I cannot be in. It's not possible. Clear? That is the meaning of this sutra.
Is this like, is this second, like the fifth shloka, the second line talks about the matter thing only? Like, I am only the sustainer and the creator of everything, and I am destroyer of everything. So he means to say there about the matter things.
He's telling you that you are that little Prakriti that I have created. I only maintain you. I only destroy you. Yeah.
But the soul cannot be destroyed, right? Like
No.
Purusha cannot be destroyed.
Exactly. So who's saying? The Purusha is telling the Prakriti. Brahman consciousness is not talking to you. Purusha is only telling your Prakriti. So you are telling this Prakriti. Purusha talks to Prakriti only in Bhagwad Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, Patanjali. Purusha will not talk about Prakriti to Prakriti. Yeah? Purusha will only speak about the highest.
And that inside me is part of everything.
I have the soul here. You have the soul there. There is a soul. There is a soul. Oh, it is all connected. It is already there. Now, does this mean there is no soul here?
There is
There is a soul. In this space where I cannot see another thing or a person, does it mean there is no soul? There is. Those are the devas. Oh, this is an ocean of devas. Oh, this is an ocean of purushas. This is the Brahman consciousness. There is no outside of it. I am inside it. All Prakriti is based in it. Still, the Prakriti does not have the power of creating this ocean of consciousness. That Prakriti does not have the power of maintaining it. That Prakriti does not have the power of destroying it. Got it? So, in that aspect, that Prakriti is not present in the Purusha. And that Purusha undergoes age, undergoes death. In that changing aspect, the Purusha is not in the Prakriti. Got it? One aspect of Purusha is not in the Prakriti, one aspect of Prakriti is not in the Purusha. Still, it is all based in the Purusha. So confusing.
No, all these five matters, which
Earth, water,
is
fire,
earth, water, five, these will also have their Purusha.
Again, this is a basti.
No, I'm not talking about body now.
Huh.
I'm talking about individual things.
Hmm.
I'm talking about space, I'm talking about air, I'm talking about water, I'm talking about earth.
Hmm.
These will also have their souls.
Exactly. So this you think is one Purusha in this body?
No.
And this body?
No.
It is a city. Yeah. In the next talk, Guruji will speak a little more about it. He's saying there's so many bacteria, microorganisms living here.
Right.
They all have their little souls.
Yes.
That is why this is called a city. In Sanskrit, this body is called a city. It is not a person. Yeah. The one who resides in this, the strongest Purusha is probably I, or the biggest, or the more up that graph level. Yeah, that is the one who's like the boss here. The others are there, little Purushas. Are you getting it? We'll study this as we go. Yeah. For now, to begin with, you understand this much. This is not one Purusha. This is a city of Purushas.
And that is how when we just made our eyes closed and we were being aware about the whole body, the awareness was here. At the same time, it was at the feet. Everywhere there is awareness. It is not just at one point of time. So something is happening in the stomach. I'm aware about that. At the same time, something is happening in my toe. I can feel that tingling also at the same time.
Yes.
It is. Otherwise, there is no multitasking. If anything else was doing, it would be one focus. But because of that, it is constantly, everything can be experienced together.
Perfect. Are you getting it? Okay, in India, you have cities, no? Purane Zamane ka cities, what are they called?
Nagpur, Kolhapur.
Nagpur, Rampur. What is the meaning of Pur? City. Purusha. You are a city. Are you getting it? Yeah, there are many Purushas here. And the one which is up that ladder, the highest is the I. The ruler in the body. We'll study more as we go in depth. We've just covered the surface of scriptures really with Ashtavakra, with these 3 Upanishads that we've done, this Bhagwad Gita. Just surface. We can go deeper and deeper into this. This knowledge is very interesting.
So this eye, the major power in the body. Again, the Brahman has so many eyes in the pool.
Yes. All these eyes came out of that pool of consciousness.
So this I has all the qualities of that Brahman, or is anything less than that? And it's like
The only thing lacking is awareness. You're down in the graph. You have to walk up, chug up, go and pull yourself up. That's it. Only awareness is there. That is the problem. Only one problem in life. There is really no other problem.
So that pool of soul, which is Brahman, the Prakriti is a small,
Little aspect.
and every time the Prakriti is created, sustained and destroyed.
Absolutely.
So the Prakriti itself can be the entire universe or multi-universe,
It is.
which can be created.
Yes, the entire multiverse. It's not just planet Earth. Huh? We are thinking, I'll escape planet Earth, I'll go to Mars, I'll be out of Prakriti. No, that is also Prakriti.
That's why I have the doubt of clarification is Purusha as itself is one, or the soul is one. So it is incorrect in one form to say that the soul is liberated.
Soul does not get liberated.
The soul that is in this form or this body gets liberated or merged with the soul. Is that the right way to say it?
It's for the lack of words, we say that you get liberated.
Yeah.
It basically means that you get liberated of ignorance, you get liberated of Maya, you get liberated of ragas and dveshas. You move out of this cycle of birth and death and you recognize who you are.
You as the Purusha in this form.
Correct. Yes. The Purusha has got confused, got lost in the Maya and is down in that curve. Yeah? That Purusha has to just rise up and it sheds all the negativity, so it gets liberated.
The causal body actually gets liberated from the subtle body also. Because the subtle body has so many impressions it carries, and it is kind of covered it, and it gets liberated of those impressions.
So we'll come to that. I know many people are like, what's happening? Yeah? I'll explain it to you, don't worry. So we've done this. The ocean can say waves are within me, but I'm not in the waves. It's just reiteration of the same. What does your physical body do? What is the main purpose?
So, whatever karma is there, either you remove that karma or you create depending on
Relieving karma that I have from my past. Yeah?
Accumulating.
To relieve that karma, I'm doing action. Or, second, I'm creating karma. Yeah? This is the function that is happening at the physical body level. Physical body. Yeah. Mind is in the body or body is in the mind?
body is in
This side, huh?
yes.
Body is in the mind or mind is in the body? Pakka. Huh? So physical body is inside the subtle body. Subtle body is like a balloon around your physical body. Yeah. What is the subtle body?
Responsible for
Mind. Mind, intellect, memory, ego is all the subtle body.
Impressions.
What does this subtle body do?
thoughts, emotions, impressions.
And lands up creating
Karma.
raga and dvesha, which becomes my karma. Yes? And outside the subtle body, there's another balloon-like body that I have. What is that called?
Causal body.
Causal body. This is the Purusha or the soul. Yeah? It is just mere existence. Or you can say the Purusha soul, you remember thumb sized? You did it? That's where it resides, in the causal. Very clear about this? Yes? You experience also all this. And that's why you sit close to somebody, you sometimes feel happy because that person is in a happy state of mind. You come into a room, somebody is very agitated. Yeah? From far away only you can feel the agitation. Why? That subtle body is full of that agitation, that anger, and it catches onto your subtle body. Yeah? It's almost like 10 feet. You're like a big fat balloon, walking like that. Yeah? So when you touch the subtle body of the other person in the same room, you experience that emotion because that is where the subtle body is. You're getting it. Yeah? But now if somebody is very calm, relaxed and is in the causal, very quiet, silent, is totally expanded. You feel so nice being in that energy. That's why you feel very different when you step into Guruji's kutir. You step into the ashram, how you feel? Remember that feeling? It's very different to you feeling love or happiness. It's 10 times more expanded feeling. Understood? You experience the causal body. You experience the subtle body. Yes, you can experience another person's body like that. In the night, if somebody wants to come to wake you up, they don't have to come all the way till your bed or touch you. And even at 10 feet away, somebody comes in the room and you wake up. Have you noticed? Yeah. How? Because the subtle bodies touch. Are you getting this? The three bodies are absolutely clear. Clear? When did you first develop the causal body? Right in that pool of consciousness, when that vibration arose, the first vibration that gave you the sensation of I am different. That first feeling of Vaita, I am different and he's different or this is different, that is different. That first sensation, it's never a thought. Yeah? That Dvaita, that duality is the birth of the causal body.
But what causes duality?
Again, that sensation of I am separate. You did it. You did it. Nobody else is responsible.
But I'm a little confused about the Big Bang thing that happened when radiation vibration happened. All the
Oh, that is just creation. That happens much later.
that happened later.
That is later. Yeah? Big Bang is not equal to our beginning of creation. Our Big Bang is more like a kalpa. At the beginning of a kalpa, the beings come out, the physical beings come out. Yes? And at the end of the kalpa, the physical beings dissolve. There is a subtle being, the subtle I which takes birth before.
That is the beginning of Purusha and beginning of Prakriti. Big Bang we can say
Beginning of Prakriti. Did you do last Bhagwad Gita? You did Lokas? The 7 Lokas? Huh? Yeah. Then beginning of Bhurloka? Bhurloka. Bhuloka. Bhuloka, Bhurloka. Same thing. The beginning of Bhurloka is the Big Bang. What about the other lokas which are there above it? Yeah, because again, peephole mentality. This is all I know. This physical creation. I don't see that other realm of existence which is there beyond it.
So even devatas were created because they felt Dvaita?
Again, they are not created. You come out of the pool of consciousness with that sensation, I am different. And then you say, I want to be fire, I want to be air, I want to be ether. That's when everything starts getting created. Yeah? Science can only go till Bhurloka, Bhuloka. Yeah? There are other 6 lokas about that. Yeah? So back to our discussion on the 3 bodies. So physical, subtle and causal, clear, absolutely clear. Yeah, what are their functions? Yeah, physical body you get because of your karma. You have a particular karma with Prakriti, you will come into physical body. Yeah, Prakriti could be a small little attraction to a gadget, or it could be an attraction to a human being, an attraction to an animal, whatever. All this is Prakriti. Both ragas and dveshas is attraction. You understand this, right? Very clear, no? Even dvesha is attraction. I don't want this. Universe understands your English or what? I want and I don't want. What does universe understand? That force between these two. Yeah, that force, it just understands force. Oh, force, some force. Attraction force, repulsion force doesn't matter. Force. Bring them back together. Yeah. So if you hate somebody, you're definitely going to be reborn with them. Do you want it? Drop, drop, drop. Let go of that hatred right now. Yes. So, karma is nothing but my own ragas and dveshas. And who created them? Who creates them? Subtle body. Subtle body says, no, I like, I don't like. I want, I don't want. And then it holds on to that. That holding on to an impression is storing of an impression. Causal body is just pure. It is untouched.
The contract here is actually the subtle body.
Yes. What did you do when you did that little exercise of squeezing the eyes and then going back to the observer and being there? Where were you? Were you in the subtle body? What is the subtle body? Is the mind. Were you observing the mind? That means you were somewhere one step behind the mind. So where were you? Causal body. Understood? When I keep telling you, be in that silence, be in that Purusha, where am I telling you to be?
Causal body.
In the causal body.
So right now, if we are observing the thoughts of going in the mind, we are in causal body or we are in subtle?
You will be in causal, but then if you are interacting with your thoughts, you're jumping into subtle. Then again you jump to causal if you're witnessing. So this jumping happens quite a lot inside. That's why you've noticed there are many minds. Have you noticed there's not just one mind?
Yes.
Yeah. Someday when we talk about Buddha, I'll tell you, there are more than 150 types of minds. We'll dissect that later. It's a very high kind of jnana. You know, when we start detailing even every single negative mind and positive mind. We've just dissected first level, ragas, dveshas to negative and positive. Now there are types in negative mind and positive mind. You can keep going. The analysis is really deep. Yeah, we'll do PhD one day. Huh? We'll get there. This we already did. You accumulate karma while in the physical body. When you die and move on to the other side, do you accumulate any karma? No. You stop accumulating karma at the point of death. So, if there is some karma I was supposed to exhaust, one bottle of karma I was supposed to exhaust. And I exhaust 3/4. I'm left with 1/4. And I die. What happens? I will have to come back to exhaust that 1/4. Got it? What does that mean? At the point of death, is there any more karma exchange happening? Bank account? Closed. Got it? Now when the bank account closes, where does this credit debit accounting, where does it go and sit?
Subtle body.
In the subtle body. That is where it leads to rebirth. Got it? Now I come back several times. I go through lots of karma. I understand I'm creating karma. I start living this knowledge. I drop, let go. Yeah? I learn to get established all the time in the causal body and not react to all these little raga dveshas of the subtle body. Then what will happen?
The subtle body is empty.
It withers off. It can live only till the time you have impressions on it. So impressions are like food for it. Yeah? Once you stop feeding it, what will happen? It will wither and fall off, and you will just be left with the causal body, and it leads to liberation. Clear?
Nothing stays in the causal body. It doesn't store anything.
It's pure existence.
So how then each one has a separate causal body?
Oh, everybody has a separate causal body because everybody has a separate little Purusha. The soul is separate. So there is the collective consciousness, which is the Brahman consciousness, and that individualized consciousness or the soul that's separated out of that pool of consciousness. Yeah, we've done that with everybody. I think you've missed most of those sessions. Yeah, so from that pool of consciousness, that individualized consciousness came out. Yeah, the moment it said I, it got the causal body. Now the causal body said I want to be this, I want that. That I want itself is the subtle body. And after the desire, whatever you desire has to get fulfilled. So you said I want to be fire, you took on that physical form of fire. You said you want to be earth, you took on physical form of earth. You said that you want to be the creator of the Burloka, you become the creator of the Burloka. Yeah? We'll go into this in Yoga Vasishtha, slightly higher right now. But whatever the subtle body wishes for, that manifests at the physical level. Of course. We are talking about beginning of creation.
That's the reason physical body is very important even to go to the causal body, because you have to settle your accounts only when this physical body. Then you're not feeding anything to the subtle body, so it's gone. So ultimately, this body is very, very important.
Very important. Very important to come back into human birth so that you can exhaust all your karma. You will not be able to exhaust after that point of death. Do you want to complete your account here and now?
Yes.
100% sure or you're kacha pakka yes?
Yes.
100% sure, no? Yes? So work towards it. It's not going to happen automatically with Kriya. It's not going to happen automatically with meditation. I have to apply this knowledge. I have to walk the path 100% as the Master has shown. He gave you both, no? Kriya and the knowledge points. Did he give you just Kriya? First course, first day, what is the first point you're taught in Art of Living, in Happiness Program? Live in the present moment. Do you remember that? Ille. All I remember is puss. This is fun. Both, he said, both. Yeah? When I actually do Kriya, I recognize, oh, I'm not being in the present moment. Can I take one more step back, take one more step back, and then step in that causal body and observe the physical body breathing, observe the subtle body saying things. That's how you do Kriya. Initially, this would be too much to give you, right? You'd run out the door if he told you subtle body and causal body. Oh my God, I have another body which I can't see. I am out. He could not tell you all this, right, in the beginning. Yeah, slowly, he brought you to this level of maturity to be able to absorb this knowledge, understand it. Now you experience it just by your expansion and contraction. Earlier, you were not even this aware to experience this expansion and contraction. Yeah, talk to people who are not on the spiritual path. What expansion, contraction, and contraction? No, I don't want to increase even 1 inch. I put on extra. I'm trying to lose weight. That's all where that peephole mentality is, right? So you have graduated. He's brought you here. Start walking, please. Do yourself a favor. Yes?
Why is it referred to as causal body? Because it
Cause.
causes everything.
The first cause. Cause. C-A-U-S-E. Cause.
Yeah.
Karan. That's why it is called the causal body. It is the first cause. Guruji said somewhere, the first cause is I. That's it. And he leaves it at that. You figure out the rest.
When this everything gets to be destroyed, then why this has to be created? No, at the beginning. Okay, at causal body level, like when I attach.
You only created it. You said I. You got out of the pool of consciousness. There are many I's that didn't say I over there and they're still in that pool of consciousness. You are the cause.
There's an exhibition in downtown of that pool.
Why did you do that?
But
No, I'm talking about at the creation of the Bhuloka. Forget about right now.
So the I
I'm
was
talking
before the Bhuloka.
So,
Bhuloka
yes,
happens.
exactly. So I was before Bhuloka. Then why that I get into this Bhuloka?
Because you said, I want to be earth, I want to be fire, I want to be ether, I want to be a beautiful woman, I want to be a lovely man. You said it. Yes. Subtle body said, I want. And that's why you came into the Bhuloka.
So at before Bhuloka also there was like wantings and desires.
I is there, no?
No, I is there, but then was there a desire before Bhuloka?
Yes, maybe it was not about the physical form. But there is some desire to live, to be separate.
Desire cannot be without the I. The minute there is I itself
I
is
is
a
equal
desire.
to desire.
No. That I'm not talking about I as me. I'm talking about I as
That itself is a desire.
That is a desire. Because you said, imagine a big pool of water. Still pool of water. By nature, there will be vibration in a pool. By its own nature. The moment one little corner of that pool experiences the vibration, it says, I am separate. That is desire.
Maybe he's asking why that vibration has to be created. Why nature has to create that.
That is Maya. That is nature. That is the dharma. That is the law.
just take an example, right? Like we are sitting in a group, we are listening to this knowledge, and somewhere you will feel, I want to teach my own. You go out and you start teaching your own stuff. This is the pool. Now, where did that desire come from? Nobody knows. But you went out and you started teaching. And then eventually you will realize, okay, I don't understand, I have to go back. There is no answer to this desire. It came, you latched onto it and you went
There
up.
should be some answer, we don't know.
Total Vidayak. Total Vidayak.
There should be answer. There should be answer for the desire. How that desire comes?
Maya. That is Maya.
Okay, now why this Maya?
There is no answer to Maya. That is the thing. It is the law.
I think
It is the law.
in one of the Buddhists said that God is alone, so that he wanted to have some
Fun.
That's how it happened.
Absolutely.
Though
That is
nobody
Maya.
is telling, but that's how it is, and there is no other explanation.
There is no explanation. You tell me what came first, chicken or egg? Then I'll tell you what came first and why it came. Possible? Just like that. It's not possible.
Maybe he's thinking that why we have to do all this sadhana and all to again to go back and why in the first place we came out of that.
Because of I. That's it. It is a lesson. This life is called a classroom. If you read the Sanskrit text, they call life, this janma of a human, as a classroom. We come here to study, to grow, to learn. Oh, we've made so many mistakes and we are in the wrong place. We have to go back. Till the time you don't understand that you are in the wrong place, you are in this classroom. You keep learning, keep growing. One day you will know, I'm in the wrong place. I need to go back home. This is not home. That thirst that you have, no? It is to go back home.
But I'm coming from home.
Why did you come from home? Why did you leave
You were
home?
away from home.
Because of the desires, as you said.
Correct.
So maybe the Brahman consciousness had a love itself and a desire to express the love. So that's why we are here.
That's the manifestation. Maya.
So in the to me then this was coming like the Brahman consciousness was there. I mean, just had a thought, whatever it was that the Maya needs to be done, and we were the weakest among that, and then we came out.
Absolutely.
It just started.
So now, once all the subtle body withers out, once we are done with our karma path and the causal body, so that means we are going back into the same pool.
Yes. From where?
Realizing that my mistake was
To come out.
merging it.
Absolutely.
So Didi, again in the lokas when we discussed, when we completely wither off the subtle body, there is a mid level, right? From that's when this goes up, the causal body. I mean, even at Deva's level also there will be slight desires and like that.
Subtle body is there, of course.
Subtle body is there. So when the subtle body completely drops, when only the causal body is there, that's like from the fourth or fifth loka it goes up. Is that right? Or it
Satya Loka up. Those who have not seen the lokas, I'll show it to you. It's coming up. So don't be so confused. We'll talk about what she's talking. Just let me complete this. Yeah, so basically, you experience physical body as waking state. Yeah. So your subtle body is your dreaming state. Yeah. When you're dreaming, not just in the night, you dream in the day also. Even when you just get lost in a thought, sitting in the class, we are discussing, but you are lost in a thought. Where have you gone? Which body?
subtle body.
You have got lost in the subtle body. Are you seeing this? And again, then you come back here, everybody starts laughing and you realize, oh, I missed something. Yeah? You come back to the physical body. And are you noticing this is happening to you? Yeah. And the causal body, when you go? Deep sleep state of consciousness. Yeah. In the night it happens. You go into the causal body. But what is the problem? I'm not aware. The awareness is lacking. If I become aware in deep sleep state of consciousness, what is it called? Turyavastha, the fourth state of consciousness. Yes, I get out of that causal also, purely into the soul. Got your answer? Remember the Turiyavastha, the fourth state? We are so caught up in the subtle, it's a long way still.
So in that state, you're already not yet done.
Again, there are stages of enlightenment.
Everything has stages and ranges.
We'll get there, we'll get there. So, I'm giving you the homework to be again and again established in the causal body. Yeah, the first challenge or self-study that you took up was what? At least while driving. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever your drive is. 1 hour, fantastic. 1 hour, I'm going to practice just being in the causal body, in the silence. Were there any impressions in the causal body?
No.
Was there any raga, dvesha?
No.
Any chit chat? Any talking? Any emotions? What is there?
Silence.
Nothing.
Absolute silence. Nothingness. Just existence. Yes? That is what you must practice. Yeah? So while driving to work, you're alone most of the times. Yeah? Slowly, slowly, you practice being alone in a crowd. Yeah, whatever, 30, 40 people sitting here. Yeah? Right now we are quiet, but even if everybody is talking, being able to practice going into that causal body and being in the silence. Just observing everybody and everything, and inside also there is a subtle body dialogue going on. Observing that also. This is your homework for the next few months.
Recently, it just happened just last weekend. There are only 3 or 4 people in the room. I don't know. Again, maybe it's time karma or whatever it was. All of a sudden, it just felt like meditating. I was on call or something, and I said, "No, I want to meditate." I sat in a corner and I was meditating. I was hearing all the sounds. Everything was falling in my ear, but I had such a deep meditation. Everything I was able to hear, but at the same time, it was the deepest meditation. So it was even in crowd, it was amazing. It happened once in a while, but still, it was so beautiful.
Yeah. So I want you to actually make an effort to take that step back and be in the causal body. Yeah? This you keep it as a second stage, second level of homework. The first is practice silence when you're alone, when you're driving to work. Not at home also. At home also you have your spouse, your friend, your children, your parents. Not at home. Driving, that is why I told you, because you're definitely alone going to work. They don't come to work with you. Yeah? That's why you practice the first stage. Second stage is in a crowd. You can take it one by one, you can take it both together, whatever works for you. Yeah.
Ekta ji, there are 2 questions on Hangout. The first question is, do we have to make an effort to be free of thoughts during meditation? And the person says that I have to make an effort to remain thoughtless and pull my mind back from any thoughts that may come.
Right. Purushartha itself means self-effort. It is an effort to stop talking because I have made a habit of talking. Have you noticed any habit you inculcate? You have to make an effort to withdraw from the habit. Any bad habit. Think about any bad habit that you have. To make that first effort. Yes? So you have to make that first effort to withdraw and be in that silence within. That effort is required. Yes? Again, it's not a suppression. It's not talking to your mind and saying, don't talk. That is talking again. This is not effort. This is a misunderstanding of effort. Yeah? It is suppression. We're just taking a step back and observing the drama that is happening. Are you getting it? Yes? effort is a prerequisite on the path. It is not going to happen automatically. Yeah?
Maybe I'll open the tap for a little bit and then I will jump in. But no, it's okay. Not today. You know, that kind of thing happens from the phone back. You can see your mind.
That's true. Start there, guys. Homework from, what's her name? Pratibha. Homework from Pratibha. Take cold water shower tomorrow morning.
In Houston, there's no such thing as
Yeah,
cold
no
water
cold
shower.
water.
Yeah, really. You don't have cold water. Whatever little bit cold water you have, warm water.
Next month, come to Cincinnati for a session.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
cold
that
water.
is cold water.
Yeah. So the coldest your tap can go to. Yeah, let's say that. Turn that on and get into the shower and just observe your mind and take that step back and step into the causal body and just be there. I am not the physical body. I am not the subtle body either. Let me just be here.
The same thing also in silence course, like when we do meditation in motion, all the pain, everything comes, but when you actually witness, you are beyond that and all of a sudden you slip into deep meditation.
Absolutely. Have you noticed this happening to you? Especially you get a backache, full day you're meditating, especially if you don't find a back jack. Finished. And you don't have a wall also. Oh my back, oh my back. Even before it's paining, my mind is, oh my back is going to pain. My back is going to pain today. It's going to definitely pain. Obviously, you are inviting the pain. Yeah? Stop indulging in the subtle body. Take a step back into the causal body. The moment you take a step back into the causal, you recognize you are not the physical, you are not the subtle. The physical and subtle exist because of the causal. Recognize this. All the beings are based in me, but I am not based in the beings. Got it? Very clear? The confusing sutras.